Hey everybody, this is Swamp Cleaner here, back with another video for you. My last one was about the problem with the right, and it had to do with optics. This video is going to deal with the problem with the left, and it also has to deal with optics. And in the end, I'll talk about that the only major difference is that one side is allowed to get away with it, while the other side gets lambasted. So I just wanted to make this one quicker than my last one, so I'm going to dive right on in. First off, we're going to start with Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, the poster child of the left right now, and what she said and what she says a lot of things. She says a lot of gaffes, and the left is using her to pander to the far left socialists to expand their base, because right now there's a crisis in the Democratic Party. They don't actually have a position or a platform, so all they can do is just scream victims, yell victim to as many people as possible to get them to come to their side. So they use Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez to that effect. And they ignore her, blatant socialism. But, hey, this is the future of the party. But some things that she says, I don't know how she gets away with these things, but she does. And the last thing she said is that she wants to run a train with a progressive agenda. Yeah, that's right. She wants to run a train with her agenda on you, the American people. I'm sure everybody loves that. And I'm sure most of you already know what a train is, or running a train on someone. That is when it's usually when a group of guys come together, grab up a girl, and have an orgy, have a consensual, or most of the time non-consensual sex session with the female in question. And you can find there's porn that is related to this. So I don't know what kind of porn Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez is interested in, but I'm sure that she's seen herself a few gangbangs. So, yeah, so she gets away with this, but, it is a massive own goal, and it is kind of disconcerting. Yes, I know, haha, it's a joke, it's funny, but, yeah, it's still disconcerting to people when she perceives that is how she's going to push her agenda, and that is by running train on the American people. So, yeah, not a good look. That's an own goal. Should be getting lambasted more than she is. It's only coming from the right, but not from her own side. And that is the main difference. The right is very critical of its own side with bad optics. The left, not so much. Second one here deals with another new rep that is in Congress, and that is Ilhan Omar. And it deals with her tweet about Senator Lindsey Graham and that he is compromised. So I just wanted to play this little video clip and, call out a few of the things that I see that are wrong here.
We have this tweet saying they got him. He is compromised.
Oh,
and there it is.
That's very shocking. What's happened?
I wonder if you'd explain.
Please tell us
what you were talking about there. This has sparked a fair amount of criticism, not just from Republicans. Can you explain that comment?
So over the last 3 years, we have seen many times where Senator Lindsey Graham has told us how dangerous this president could be if he was given the opportunity.
Could be or is? Anyway, sorry, semantics. Let's continue, though.
Opportunity to be in the White House. And all of a sudden, he's made not only a 180 turnaround, but a 360 turnaround. And
Wait, what? 360? Well, I know that at the start he was supporting the president, and then, some things happened with Syria or China or North Korea, which he didn't like, so he was critical of the president. And then he did do things like Kavanaugh and is holding firm with the wall, which he does like, so he supports the president. So is he compromised, or is he just, supporting the president like he originally has been doing? And if he's supporting the president, how is that compromised? Are you trying to insinuate that the president is compromised? Heck, I don't know. Who am I? I'm just, just a nobody. She's the congresswoman. She knows. She has the info. I'm sure she's going to tell us.
So I am pretty sure that there is something happening with him, whether it is
Do tell.
something that has to do with his funding when it comes to running for
Something that has to do with what? His funding? Like what?
office, whether it has something to do with the polling that they might have in his.
Something that has to do with the polling that they might have? Anyway, I'm sure you have something. Please continue. I'm all ears. You're the congresswoman here. I'm the pleb. Remember, she's the one. She's the one with the power here. She's the one who is representing her people. She's going to uncover all the deception. She's going to turn over all the stones and find all the crooks. Remember that. She's going to be joining up with AOC and the rest of the Democrats like Nancy Pelosi and Maxine Waters, and they're going to find all these rats. But please continue. Please, I know she has the evidence. I know she does.
His district, or whether it has to do with some sort of leadership within.
Some sort.
In the Senate, he is somehow compromised to
Somehow.
no longer stand up for the truth and to make sure that he is fighting to protect the oath that he took.
Platitudes.
In serving the American people.
But that's quite a charge to make. You say
I'm sorry. I'm being a little facetious there. My bad. But please continue.
you're pretty sure based on what evidence, what facts? That's a remarkable comment to make about a sitting U.S. senator.
It is.
The evidence really is present to us. It's being presented to us in the way that he's behaving.
Ding.
But that's not evidence. That's your opinion. But now, as a sitting member of Congress, you would have tweeted, they got him on this.
Because, opinions do become facts when you get into a position of authority. Remember? Because when you don't like something and you're in a position of authority, you can just create the facts that can agree with your side, and you can actually, get rid of it.
Again, just based on what evidence, Congresswoman?
My tweet was just an opinion.
Oh, and there it is. Oh, man. But I'm sure that there is some evidence somewhere that shows that Lindsey Graham has been compromised by, I guess, the Russians, or by Donald Trump being facilitated by the Russians. It's the evidence is there. It's somewhere. He's compromised, though. I'm sure that she's sure, because that her opinion is so strong that she's willing to go on CNN to talk about it. I'm sure she's not lying.
Based on what I believe to be.
I mean, not as she's like lying directly, like being manipulative, but I'm sure that she's been misinformed. But who knows? But I'm sure she'll find the truth.
Visible to me, and I'm pretty sure there are lots of Americans who agree on this.
Pretty sure. Anyway, that is Ilhan Omar. That is the new congresswoman out of Minnesota, I do believe. And Lindsey Graham is compromised. That is another complete own goal. Yes, CNN calls her out, but you don't hear progressives, you don't hear the vast Twitter mobs calling her out, telling her she has fake news, because you don't each your own. You when you don't have principles, you ignore what your side does while you call out all the perceived underhanded tactics of the other side. So, but when your side is blatantly being exposed for trying to push opinion as fact, it's okay. She has a hijab on. It's okay. Anyway, final one here. And this one really, it is an own goal, but it points out the shallowness of the ideology of the left, because it's all based on assumption, and it's all based. It's literally skin deep, because this woman here assumed that Webb here is white because he's successful. I mean, can you believe that? That pretty much pokes holes in every single bit of their ideology, that they claim that they're inclusive and that they care for minorities, when you already have a very negative and pigeonholed opinion of minorities. Oh, they're not successful because they're minorities. Well, that's kind of racist. So her assuming that David Webb was successful because he was white shows how shallow their arguments all are. So I wanted to keep this video short, but there's 3 examples of massive own goals coming from the left. This is bad optics, but the main difference between the right and the left is that the right gets called out all the time by mainstream media and raked over the coals. Plus, we're critical of ourselves way more often than the left is critical of itself, and the left is given a pass by the mainstream media. So the right is fighting with one hand tied behind its back in the optics department. But I mean, I think if the left keeps allowing these people to be front runners to their party and to the movement, and allowing it to slip further and further left, then I think eventually there will be something, a straw will break the camel's back, and people will have enough of this idiocy. So I think we should just let's just see what happens, because this one was this one was bad enough to where CNN outright called it out. I mean, and good on these 2 people for doing that, but still, CNN is a garbage outlet. This one here, complete racist, utter racist in my opinion. And this woman is a straight socialist who doesn't care about the democratic process and would just want to run a train on you, the American people, with her agenda. So just remember, these are the people that you're dealing with the left, but they're allowed to say these things and get away with it. And when people on the right are trying to be funny, yes, I know she's trying to be funny too. Double standards. They get people on the right get raked over the coals and smeared and destroyed. People on the left, ha ha ha! Oh, you're just so silly. But stop saying run a train. But ha ha ha! It's okay if you do another gaffe. We'll forgive you too. But don't say run a train. So they'll slap you on the wrist and let you go. So anyway, just wanted to point out there's a double standards when it comes to optics on the left and the right. Both sides have major problems, but one side is getting lambasted while the other side is getting a free pass. Anyway, this is a swamp cleaner, and I will see you guys all later.